Hey everybody, welcome back to Whiskey Book, and we are in the third phase of our bag series. First two bags, we had a Get Home bag and we had the Jeep bag. Now today we are answering the question because it's kind of all the rage in the phase is, well, you don't really need a bug out bag. Get Home bag's the only way to go. Get Home bag may be the primary, but I'm going to tell you why I think you should still have one of these. Stay tuned. All right, folks. So should you have a bug out bag? Yeah, if you can. We went through the Get Home bag, which is a smaller bag. If you didn't see the other videos, that you can kind of take between vehicles or wherever conveyance you're using. I mean, you could put on your back if you go four-wheeling or motorbiking or whatever too. Not a bad option for that. And that has enough stuff in there to get you through if you run off the road and do whatever. And we kind of went through that already. And it's, again, all the rage out there that, yeah, people are getting rid of their bug out bags. We don't really need it. It takes up too much room, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I get it. I wouldn't put this thing in my vehicle either. It takes up too much room. It's going to roll around. It's going to rattle around. You got to secure it down. But I do have it, and we're going to go through the contents here in a minute. And the reason I have it is I live up in Montana, and we have bad fire seasons. And a couple years ago, huge fire up here. Most of the neighbors had to evacuate. Now, it didn't hit us then, but it's always a chance. And if those fires come up fast, we got to grab something and go. I want to have enough stuff to go. It doesn't always have to be the apocalypse or the end of the world or the zombie whatevers. But I think it's a good option to have just in case. And hey, this is Whiskey Book. We're going to start off. I got a whiskey to drink and some books to I won't review them. I haven't even read through all of them yet, but they're good books to have. We'll evaluate them for what we're doing. I have Bushcraft 101 by David Canterbury, and we kind of talked about David Canterbury in one of the last videos in Reliance Outfitters. They do a lot of good stuff for the bushcraft side of it. The go out, take a knife, take an axe, take some tools, and make things with sticks and stones and in that side of the bugging out, the survival venue. What can you do with the land that you're on? And it's really, really good material in there. I also have Escape the Wolf by Clint Emerson. He's the same one that did I believe it's the 100 Ways to Survive. ex-CIA. Gosh, I don't want to get the name of his other book wrong because he's pretty popular. I used to even have a calendar that talked about his 100 ways to survive, and it talked about how to make knives and things like that, or use a newspaper to get out of something. It's like MacGyver. Sorry for you young bucks out there if you don't know who MacGyver is. I feel sorry for you. But he's kind of 100 Deadly Skills. That's what it was. 100 Deadly Skills. Clint Emerson. That's a great book too. But this Escape the Wolf is more for modern day. You're traveling. How do you survive the corporate world? The traveling professional, and I don't mean just like corporate business side. I mean, you go to a hotel. How do you set up the hotel room to survive, to keep yourself safe? That's just very, very basic, very good book on risk mitigation. Also, mentioned this in the last video. I just wanted to bring it up because I did mention it. Left of Bang by Patrick Van Horn and Jason Riley, a Marine point of view. This is Marine Corps have what's called the Combat Hunter program, and the skills they learn in that program are outstanding. And my whiskey, outstanding mindset, being left of bang, preparing yourself before a major event happens, being ready, seeing it happen so you don't have to use all the tools that you have. Then I got this book, actually from my mom found it, Wilderness Cookery by Bradford Angier. This is an older book. In the pages are that like really old. I mean, you can smell the old library on that sucker. But anyway, 4 books to go along with this big bag we have here. What whiskey am I drinking? Just picked this one up this week. Wild Turkey Rare Breed. They got a new bottle, barrel proof Wild Turkey. You cannot go wrong. Word to the wise, if you're going to get into this video stuff, don't buy cheap batteries. I have 2 batteries that I've gone through since the beginning of this video, which was like 6 minutes ago. Crazy. So anyway, where was I? Whiskey, Wild Turkey Rare Breed. I'm going to be doing a video pretty soon on the, I wouldn't say budget-friendly whiskeys, but the top 4 or 5 most worth your money to drink, and this one's definitely going to be in there. Just a heads up. Okay, so what is in a bug out bag? What's a bug out bag for some of you who don't know? A bug out bag is a bag that has enough stuff in it that if something happens and you got to grab and run out of the house, let's just say that your house starts on fire, or we talked about some of the other things, of the forest fire coming through, you got to grab something and go, and you don't know where you're going. There's enough stuff in this bag to hopefully, let's say this funny, survive you and your family for a while in order for you to get somewhere safe. And a lot of people set up their bug out bags so they can bug out. That's where the term came from. Get out in the hills or whatever and get off grid. Harder and harder to do with thermals and drones and things like that, but I digress. So what is in my bug out bag? What bag is this? To start out with, whether you like them or not, this is a good bag. This is by Eagle. Bag is actually pretty good. I got it at a gun show for like 20 bucks, and it's really good. And that's kind of the theme I want to get right off the bat. We talked about this before. If you're just starting out and you try to fill these bags with all new, brand new Wazoo stuff, you're going to go broke in a hurry, depending on your income level. This is a lifetime of stuff put into a bag. It's gun shows, it's trade shows, it's family. A lot of things in here developed over time. So anyway, what do we got? Outside, let's go first. I have an ouch pouch on the outside, and I'm not going to go through this. This video will be 2 hours long if I go through each individual item. But this ouch pouch, this is a trauma pack, has gauze, has Israeli bandage, has tourniquet, scissors. I believe it has a chest seal in it. You can go to North American Rescue. You can go to, I think it's Blue Force Medical, gosh, I'm going to get names wrong today. But there's a bunch of companies out there who sell kits put together. I put together my own. This pack I also got at a show for pennies on the dollar, and I filled it, just buy stuff off Amazon. Like I said, the Israeli bandage, things like that. Kind of understand how to use them, get training if you can, at least watch some videos on how to use this stuff. But you can put together a decent kit for not too much. Or you can buy them from one of the Skinny Medics, another one. They have a lot of good kits. Trail Recon now has, he does Jeep stuff, off-road, off-grid stuff, and he's a former Marine Corpsman. He has a med kit now that I'm really interested in. You can buy those set up and you know they got the stuff in them. Attach that to your bag. Medical is important. On the front, this has a bag on the front, and I got this from the the gray bearded Green Beret, and this is his Boss 33-piece fire starter kit. Again, I'm not going to break these open. One, because it's still sealed. Two, and I've watched his video, I know what's in here, but there's like a little finger saw, which whatever. I guess if you have to cut some small twigs or something, that's okay. But there's tinder for fire starter, there's ferrocerium rods, there's strikers, there's matches, there's all kinds of stuff. There's a whole list on here, but go to the website, Gray Bearded Green Beret, and you can find out what's in this Boss kit. It's one of those kind of just great kits to have. I believe that might be, nope. Okay, in the front of the kit, I also have a from my days in the Air Force. This is the U.S. I call it a survival knife. It's just a pocket knife with a bunch. It's got a blade on there. Got an awl, which is not great to have. Can opener. Even says, I don't know if you can read that or not. That's the Air Force for you. Says can opener on it. That's keep it simple, stupid. That's how you do. Another can opener with a screwdriver. Actually, a very nice little pocket knife to have to throw in to supplement some other things. I got 2 carabiners on the outside, so I can attach water bottles, things like that, to the outside if I need to. On the other side, one of my favorite knives of all time, the Becker BK7. Now, this guy right here is, I don't know if you can tell, it's about a 1/4 inch steel. Becker by K-Bar makes great stuff. I put a little tennis racket wrap on the handle because these handles are a little slick, but man, that's super comfortable now. I got it. It's nice and sharp. It's ready to go. You can pry, bend. This knife will take a lot. Comes with its own sheath. I'm not a super big fan of the sheath, but it's secure enough with the button on there. On the outside of the sheath, I have a Gerber multi-tool. This is the sliding one. This is one I also believe I picked up in the Air Force. Again, a lot of this stuff I'm going to have in here is stuff I have picked up over time. On the front straps, this is backpack, nice, thick, very comfortable on the shoulders, but I have a holster. I don't have what I'm going to put in there yet, but I have that so I can grab any one of my tools that I have in the house and put in there. It's a fits autos, fits everything but revolvers, basically. Okay, that's the outside of this pack. I'm going to open up the big pocket, and things are falling. Inside this, kind of neat, there's a lot of people are moving towards packs with open tops, kind of look like big just bags and you stuff stuff in. I kind of like those, but I also like having some internal pockets because I can keep some stuff separated. Like in this top one is kind of my stay warm stuff. I have a Soul emergency blanket. Pretty much you can get those in any sporting goods stores. They're not very much, and they're for like one-time use. Pretty dang good. I've got an emergency poncho, kind of the same thing, sort of a one-use. If you had to get out of the rain and spend some time making a shelter, that'll keep you warm while you do that. A pair of ironclad gloves. Those are not thermal. They are actually going to be pretty cold, so I do have some hand warmer stuff. And a very thin, but it's better than nothing, and I can use it for a rag, little balaclava. The hat thing. Pronunciation. I've never been able to pronounce that. Balaclava? I don't know. Anyway, second pouch on the bag, and I'm trying to scream through this here. There's a lot in this bag, and I don't want this video to go on for like 10 hours. This is a cool little case that we got a Cobra Tech knife in. Cobra Tech, sort of a wannabe Microtech, but they're nice in their own right. They're actually pretty damn good knives, but they're about a third the price of Microtechs. And if I can get it open here, it's got it's got 4 tabs on it. And what I have in here is mostly, if you can tell, batteries. I've got AAAs, AAs, C123s, a 9-volt. Then I got some cotton balls or cotton swabs and a little baggie. These are just sort of knickknacks to throw in here, but this is mainly kind of my tech battery pack to have extra batteries for flashlights, for radios, for whatever I need it for. Always good to have extra batteries. In the top of the pack up here, I have a very nice pullover. Can't remember what this is made out of, but this is a barrier. Oh, it's fleece. I can feel it. It's a fleece. This is super warm, super handy, folds right up. Obviously, this is like way below zero. This is going to be an underlayer, but for 40, 50, 60 degrees. Now, maybe not 40, but you get up to 50, 60, and it gets a little cool out, keep the wind off. This is an outstanding piece of kit. On inside of here, I have a better poncho. This one, made by Onyx. It's still not the greatest, but decent poncho to keep the rain off, and also shelter. I'm not going to show you how to do the shelter now, but you can make a little poncho tent. When I went to survival school in the Air Force, it's one of the things I did. We made poncho tents, and man, I don't know if I've ever slept better. One of those wonderful things. I believe this is just the Stanley. These you used to be able to get at Walmart, these Stanley kits for like 20 bucks. And it's got the single wall steel cup that you can boil water in. Comes with two, you don't want to boil these, but 2 cups to use, and I have a lighter with some duct tape in there. All right, I have a Ziploc bag here full of, this is writing utensils. This is kind of if you had a junk drawer, this is sort of a Ziploc junk drawer. I have zip ties, tape, writing. I have some Night Eyes carabiner hooks where you can wrap rope around. I have an extra couple sets of shoelaces, which is always good to have. Just knick-knack things. I have a dry bag in here. The Ziploc works great to hold. You can dump everything out, put some water in here if you have to. But I also in here have a dry bag meant for that. It's a little sturdier than the Ziploc. Again, I don't want to pull everything out, but it's just good to have. Oh, there's a compass in here. Compass. This is Military Land Static Compass. Glow in the dark. North arrow or pointer arrow has the magnifier with you line it up. I'm not going to go into how to use it, but for what this is, this compass works very, very well. It still has the US packaging. It used to fit on all the everybody uses Molly gear now. What was the old webbing? Gosh, I can't remember what it used to be called. The old green webbing everybody used to have. That's what that worked off of, but you can still put it in a pack. Okay, inside of a bag, I have a bag. I like bags inside of bags because, again, keeps me organized. This bag I have a headlamp. I have and this headlamp is, this is the brother to the one I have in my other pack, just a Duracell headlamp. I told you in the last one, it's good to check your batteries every month. I obviously need to check that. I've got some comfort items. I've got some coffee in here, bug spray, lava soap. Good to have some soap, iodine pills for water. I have Neosporin. I have lip balm. You're going to be out, if you're out in the sun a lot, you're going to get a lot of stuff on you're going to get dried lips, you're going to get sunburn, you're going to get chapped. If you're not getting enough water, this stuff can help you get through some of that. I also have, kind of cool, right here, this little tube. There's some camo you can put on because who knows if you're going to need to hide from things or not. This is the Life Straw water filtration tube. Okay, we go back to the beginning. A lot of the stuff I picked up over years. One of the things I'd like to upgrade is this to probably the Grail system. I kind of dig that one, but that's something I need to be upgrading. Again, we're going through this pretty fast. If you see things I need to upgrade, hey, throw it in the comments, like, subscribe, throw some things in the comments. Let me know what I'm missing because I am by no means an expert. I've done a lot of training, done some things, but that doesn't make me the expert at it. If you have some better ideas, let me know. This is a pair of, call them wind pants. I guess is what I'll call them. They can go over the top of the pants you're wearing. They're water resistant, not waterproof. Tell me how I know that. But it keeps the wind off and the water off, and it's so nice to have if you're going through an area where, even if you're just walking, and I don't think I have gaiters in here, and the dew point's high, and you don't want water in the top of your boot or shoes or on your pant leg. Great to have. clothing is so important in the bug out situation to me because you don't know what you're going to be. If you got to grab this and go, you got to grab this and go. You don't know what you're going to be wearing. You don't know what you're going to have with you. And so I also have a hunter hide shirt. This is just a kind of a wind resistant, very light water resistant camo shirt. I don't even know where I got this. Doesn't really fit anything else. It doesn't fit any of my hunting stuff, but it is a great shirt to have to throw on if you need something. Okay, this is not a sock, but this is one of my favorite things in a survival situation, and that is little UCO or UCO, I've heard it different ways, lantern. This is a candle lantern. You can go on Amazon, you can see how these work, but what you do is you pop the little thing up and you put these candles, these 9-hour candles in there. And if you put that candle in and that lantern up and you pull over your poncho and you're huddled with that candle, it can keep you surprisingly warm. It also provides light and comfort. Two things that are hard to find out in the woods. Especially if you're running from people and you don't want to start, or running from whatever and you don't want to start a big fire, you can cover up with that and do pretty well. I also have 2 forms going to that. If you're trying to stay, I don't know why you'd want to be hidden, but if you do, I have 2 forms of winter and summer. Cover yourself up, put some leaves over you, or you can put this over your hide. Like you make a shelter, put this over it, kind of helps keep it. Maybe you just want to get away from your family. I don't know. But you can put this over there and it'll keep things somewhat hidden. And these are also double as bug nets, but kind of for big bugs. It's not super thin, or the slits in it aren't super thin. I have light sticks. Again, going back to light, I have holy cow. Okay, eating kit. This is a Echo Vessel eating kit. Pop this open. I have sporks, which I absolutely hate. There's forks, spoons. These ones are a little different because you got the fork on one side, the spoon on the other. Not my favorite thing. I'm probably going to upgrade to actual utensils. And then this guy is pretty neat. Pops open to make a bigger container. If you have a peak meal or something, you can put it in there and it'll keep it. Or you can seal a lot of stuff in there. It's plastic. You wouldn't want to seal a piece of coal or anything in there, but pretty nice to have. In the back, I have an MRE, military MRE. Which one is this one? This is the menu number 2 pork rib. This one ain't bad. Again, been through it. One of these can get you through 3 days of trekking. I wouldn't say easily, but it can be done, especially if you can supplement with critters or anything like that. That is the inside of this bag. I just picked up this Garmin. This is a Montana 610. This is a pretty decent GPS system. A lot of people are getting rid of these. Look at Marketplace. Go to, again, the gun shows, trade shows. See if people are selling these things. I think it was like $300-400 brand new. I got it for $5 and it works. Like if the grid goes down, if the system goes down, if we don't have cell service, if we don't have 5G, whatever, you don't have your phone to track. You need your compass, your map. You have one of these, it bounces off the satellites. It'll track your waypoints. If you have a camp set up and you need to go somewhere where your water hole is or where your cache is, you can plug these in there and that will be good to go. That's going in the bag. I pulled this out of my get home bag. I'm going to get one of these for my bug out bag. This is one of these folding solar battery packs. Charge a phone in case we still have service, all that stuff. Good to have one of these. You throw it out in the sun all day. You can get enough charge in there to charge up your phone system. What I don't have is one of those emergency radio systems. I'd kind of like to get one of those. And I have fire starter, and I guess I'm kind of counting on when I get out there that I'm gonna be able to put together sticks, and I know how to make a fire and all that. What if I'm in a more urban area? What do I do in that situation? I just picked this up. This is a Victor Ola Camp. It's one of those little, you screw onto the little propane things, and you can, you see it right there. I don't have it on the table with me, but it's one of those little camp stoves. That's a good thing to have. You can put that Stanley cup on top of that, boil some water. Might be good to have a little pan to go with that. You don't want to get too heavy, so I don't want to get crazy. I don't want to throw in one of my cast iron pans or anything, but you can even put it on, use that Yuko candle. Some of these, this one, I believe has the flat top. You can heat up some water. Not sure if you can get to boiling with that or not, but nice to have something to cook with. So I might have to put one of those little propane things in there. I also just picked up this pack of Dude Wipes, fragrance free 3-pack. In that, I think it was in in this pack here, in my hygiene pack, I have these adventure wipes. I talked about these before. 10 wipes in each one of these. They fold out into like this, I don't know, 2x2 towel, and they're really nice to have. You go out, just because you're bugging out doesn't mean you don't have to use the facilities, if you know what I mean. So it's good to have those two things. You want to be as comfortable as you can. After about 3-4 days, a little wash, a little wipe makes you feel like $1,000,000 and give you the strength to go on when it might be a little tough. I talked about the holster. Well, not everybody wants a pew-pew. Not everybody has access. Not everybody has the training. Maybe you can't grab it. This sucker right here, this is a little crossbow. This isn't even an expensive one. I got a pack of bolts with some duct tape on there. This thing shot through an 1.5 inches of, I wouldn't say laminated wood. It's kind of laminated. It's 2 pieces of board put over one this way, so it's semi-laminated. And we couldn't pull it out even with pliers. That has some power, and at about 40, 50 feet, it was beans on accurate. You need to take out a rabbit, a bird, sage hen, something like that to sustain yourself. That is a silent option that's pretty good to have. I know not everything's in here, but you also have to take into account that weight. You're bugging out, you're going to tire soon, and then you're going to need more than that MRE. So that's where those books come in handy. Have the book with you, have one in your bag, study them up, watch some videos, go out and park, backwoods, BLM, learn how to do some bushcraft so you have some skills that this can supplement the what you know and what you have. None of this is good if you don't know how to use it. Tailor your bag to your skills and what you know. And as you develop more skills and develop knowledge, add different things to your bag that will be better to supplement you. There are definitely some things that I'm missing. There are definitely some things that I want. There are some things I want to upgrade. And over time, and maybe in a couple years, I'll throw another video together and we'll see what we've done. But that concludes the bag series. Again, I'm not going to say concludes because I got a couple more bags. I got a doggy bag I want to go over and another one. It's down the line a little bit, but the main bags are your get home bag and your bug out bag. And yes, I still believe the bug out bag is relevant. Hey, thanks for watching Whiskey Book. Thanks for sticking with me for this one. Grab a whiskey you enjoy. Take a sip, sit back, relax. The world's going crazy, but know that you're as prepared as you can be. I'll see you next time on Whiskey Book. Thank you.